2022年第9條題目係有關於生態系統嘅題目，就講啦，我哋有3款嘅鳥類物種啦，就長年咧都係居住喺同一棵嘅樹木物種嘅樹嘅，而佢哋啦就喺呢棵樹嘅唔同位置去捕獵一啲昆蟲咧，就當食物嘅。咁啊，鳥類物種 A 啦就喺樹頂咧去捉昆蟲嘅，鳥類物種 B 咧就喺樹嘅中間咧就去捉昆蟲嘅，而鳥類物種 C 咧就喺樹嘅底部咧去捉啲昆蟲去食嘅。咁而家題目就問啦，咁下面邊一句説話係能夠從呢一個嘅現象去推論到出嚟㗎？咁其實呢條題目咧就係考翻我哋識唔識得分生境同埋生態位嘅。咁過往我哋都有段片啦去解釋過㗎啦。咁啊快手咧講少少概念先。生境咧就係隻生物喺邊度住嘅，係由一系列嘅非生物因素所組合而成，從而咧就提供翻一個適當嘅環境俾隻生物咧去生存嘅。而 niche 啦，生態位咧就係呢隻生物喺呢個環境所去擔當嘅一個角色啦，亦即係代表住咧呢隻生物喺呢個自然生境底下佢嘅生活模式會係點樣嘅咧？咁所以啦，喺一個生境入面咧，每一款嘅物種咧都應該係處於一個不同獨特嘅生態位嘅。咁當中有啲咩例子咧？可能唔同嘅溫度嘅地方啦，食唔同嘅嘢食啦，佢哋所佔據嘅空間唔同嘅話咧，其實都代表住佢哋咧擁有一個不同嘅生態位㗎啦。咁而家咧，我哋睇翻題目咯，做咗擊破啦。第一句説話咧，佢就話啦，基於呢個現象，我哋就知得到咧，啲昆蟲咧喺棵樹嘅唔同位置都係平均分佈嘅。咁第一句説話實質係錯嘅。咁啊，因為啦，從呢一幅圖所俾嘅資料咧，係不足以去話俾我哋聽每一款昆蟲嘅數量有幾多嘅。甚或乎啦，其實呢啲昆蟲係咪同一款嘅昆蟲咧，都成問題嘅。可能呢度已經牽涉咗咧3類昆蟲嘅昆蟲 A、B、C 都唔定嘅。咁所以啦，昆蟲類型又唔知，昆蟲嘅大細都唔知，更何況昆蟲嘅數量咧？咁有冇啲咩嘅資料可能幫到我哋手咧？如果題目係俾到呢3款雀鳥物種嘅 population 佢個群落嘅大細嘅話咧，話唔定我哋可以估下嘅。嗱，不都係估嘅啫，因為啦，呢3款雀鳥嘅大細其實題目都係冇講過嘅。你唔俾咧，雀鳥 A 咧係大雀嚟嘅，雀鳥 C 咧係細雀嚟嘅。咁但係啦，大家同樣都係有10隻啦，俾埋個數量你啦，大家都有10隻，咁又點啊？咁代唔代表每一度都有100隻蟲啊？都唔代表嘅，因為啦，10隻細嘅雀仔同10隻大嘅雀仔，佢哋所需要食嘅昆蟲嘅數量都唔同噶嘛，係咪？咁當中啦，牽涉咗嗰個食物鏈嘅概念啦，當中牽涉咗能量流失嘅概念啦，其實有好多問題咧，呢個題目都係解答唔到嘅。咁所以第一句咧就係錯咗啦，而第二句同埋第3句咧就係互相扣連、互相呼應啦。第二句咧就話啦，鳥類物種 A、B、C 咧，佢哋擔當住不同嘅生態位。呢句説話咧係基於一個事實，題目講嘅就係呢3款鳥類嘅物種咧，已經係多年嚟都係呢棵樹嗰度咧一齊去生存㗎啦。如果佢哋真係擔當住同樣嘅生態位，就假設係啦。佢哋照計咧就有機會飛去棵樹嘅唔同部分啦，去競爭去食嗰啲昆蟲啦。留意下喎，頭先我就講咧，題目冇講過呢3款昆蟲係咪真係同一款噶嘛？但係如果佢哋真係擔當住同樣嘅生態位嘅角色，咁佢哋照計有機會食嘅係同樣嘅嘢嚟噶嘛？係咪？咁所以啦，我就順住呢個邏輯咧就去諗啦。如果佢哋真係同樣嘅生態位，食嘅昆蟲應該都係一樣。咁即係話啦，成棵樹任佢哋飛都得啦，應該係咪？咁即係話啦，如果其中一款物種佢嘅競爭力係較為低嘅話，自不然就會輸噶咯喎。咁但係啦，我哋喺演化論嗰課又講過啊嘛，大家都係掙扎求存 ，struggle for survival。咁即係話啦，一係就唔該你飛走啦，喂，搞唔掂喎，呢度咧爭親都輸喎，不如飛走啦，另覓新天新地啦，係咪？再唔係啦，你就留低又 keep 住輸喎，咁即係到頭來咧就會死晒啦。但係佢哋長年都喺呢棵樹度生存啊嘛。1、2、3，但係啦，呢3款嘅雀鳥物種咧都係呢1、2、3、4，但係啦，題目講噶嘛，呢3款嘅鳥類物種咧長年都係呢同一棵樹1、2、3、4，但係題目講噶嘛， 呢3款鳥類嘅物種咧，長年啦都係居住於同一款嘅樹木物種啊嘛。咁即係話啦，就並不是一個處於同1、2、3、4，咁即係話頭先我哋講嘅嘢咧，全部都不成立啦。咁所以第二句咧就係正確啦，佢哋應該係處於不同嘅生態位咯。而去到第3句啦，就係跟住去到第3句啦，佢就講咯，雀鳥物種 A、B、C 嘅種間競爭係較為細嘅，即係物種與物種之間。咁呢句説話其實就同第二句非常之1、2、3。咁其實第3句咧就同第二句咧極大嘅扣連啦，正係因為一來佢哋1、2、3、4，咁啊因為啦佢哋就係處於不同嘅生態位啊嘛，而佢哋亦1、2、3。咁其實第3句咧就同第二句互相呼應啦。佢哋係有不同嘅生態位，係因為佢哋根本住喺唔同嘅地方、唔同嘅空間。咁自不然啦，佢哋有機會食嘅昆蟲都有機會真係唔同嘅昆蟲啦。咁所以啦，佢哋物種之間嘅競爭咧，自不然就會1、2、3、4。咁所以1、2、3、4。咁所以啦，喺物種之間嘅競爭咧，亦都真係會少一啲。咁所以答案咧就係2同3 C 啦。Go to question 9 is about ecosystem. 3 bird species are living on the same tree species for years, and they feed on the insect found at different regions of the tree as shown in the diagram. Species A feed on the insect in the upper part of the tree. Species B feed on the insect in the middle part of the tree. And species C feed on the insect in the lower part of the tree. So, which of the following can be deduced from the above phenomenon? So this question is checking us the concept that can we distinguish the concept of habitat from the niche. So let's have a very quick revision. And habitat is the place where an organism lives. So it is an abiotic environment which provided the condition that the organism needs to survive. And the niche is the role that an organism plays in its environment. It refers to the way of the life of an organism in its natural habitat. Therefore, in a habitat, each species occupies a specific niche, and the niche of the species is determined by different factors. For example, the temperature range in which the organism lives, the type of the food they eat, and the space they occupy. So, let's take a look at the question. Statement 1. The insects, they are evenly distributed on the tree. So, for the statement 1 is wrong because there is not enough information to deduce the population size of the insect. So what does it mean? It means that even for the question itself, it doesn't talk about that. What are the insects? Are they of the same species? Or for the species A bird, they feed on the insect A, and then B, and then C? So the question, it doesn't talk about it. Therefore, we don't know the type of the insect, we don't know the size of the insect, and we even don't know about the number of the insect. And we only know that there are insects in different regions of the tree, but never know about the distribution. So that's why part 1 is wrong. And you may ask that, oh, Mr. Leung, what about the question? Give us some more information. For example, the population size of those 3 bird species. Say, for example, we know that there were 10 birds of species A, 20 birds of the species B, and then 10 birds of the species C. However, the question doesn't tell you that for the species A, B, C, these 3 types of birds, what are the size of the bird? Okay, we don't know that. We just know the number. Because, for example, the species A, the bird, it is the bigger one. And for the species D, this bird is the smaller one. Although there are the same number of the big bird and small bird. However, we know that for the bigger organism, they need more food to feed on. Therefore, we still don't know how exactly is the distribution of the insect. So it relates to the concept of the food chain, and then it's also related to the concept of the energy loss, something like this. Therefore, statement 1 is wrong. What about statement 2 and 3? They are interrelated. So let's take a look at the statement 2. Bird species A, B, C, they have different ecological niche. Firstly, it's known that these 3 bird species are living on the same tree species for years. If they had the same ecological niche, they would fly to different parts of the tree and compete for the food, right? So because in this part, I assume that they really have the same ecological niche, so it will be a different case. And now we assume that they had the same ecological niche. Therefore, we can assume that they are really feeding on the same species of the insect. Therefore, they can fly to different parts of the tree to feed and then to compete with each other. Therefore, the species of the bird with lower competitiveness will lose. And in order to survive, struggle of survival, right? So they will either fly or escape to another habitat, or they stay here. However, they keep losing, they will all die out. However, it's not the case stated in this question. Therefore, these three types of bird, they should have different ecological niche. And then what about statement number 3? There is less interspecific competition among the bird species ABC. Apart from the exam, say, according to statement 2, we know that they are having the different ecological according to statement number 2, we know that the bird species ABC, they have different ecological niche. And from the question is know that they occupy different spaces, different area of the tree. And meanwhile, because they have the different ecological niche, they should really feed on different types of the insect. Therefore, there will be less interspecific competition among them. Therefore, statement 3 is also correct and the final answer is C.